everybody, it's Tanya at the Quilters Market. Thanks for joining us for Seeds of Gratitude Sew Along. I'm now going to turn it over to Andrea.
All right, once you've got your edges tacked down to help you out, we are going to sew right down these seams where we attached our blocks and rows, and that's how we're going to hook the backing to your quilt top. This is another place where the quilting gloves can be very helpful in managing your fabric in your quilt. We're going to go all one direction first, and then we'll flip the quilt and do the other direction. If we're doing the lap size or throw size quilt, probably you'll want to do the horizontal seams first because they're going to be a little shorter and there's more of them. So do your horizontal seams first and then go back and do your vertical seams. So again, use a stitch length of 3 like you did for your quilting. And you're going to want to go a little slower with this one so that you can make sure and get the needle right in those ditches that the seams make. And if you need to alleviate some of the bulk on the sides through your machine, you can just roll up these edges a little bit. And then as you come to a basting pin, make sure you pull it out before you get to it. Otherwise, you're going to have trouble getting it out and you can't sew over it. Now that you have your back attached to all of your beautifully quilted squares and rows, what we need to do is to trim the quilt and put the binding on, and then it will be finished. So it's very simple. I'm sure you've done this before. First of all, you want to make sure you get all your pins out, your basting pins. And then you'll lay your quilt out as flat as you can get it on top of your cutting mat. Use your long ruler and line it up with the edge of the quilt. Should be pretty straight. And cut off your extra batting that's hanging over the edge. And just move your ruler as you need to get the length. And for the throw size quilt, you'll have to pull your quilt forward too in order to get the full length cut off. So you'll just do that all the way around, and then once it's trimmed, you'll cut your binding strips at 2 1/4 inch or 2 1/2 inch, whichever one you prefer, and bind as you normally would with attaching the strips with the miter and then folding it in half, sewing it down, or if you have a different binding method that you prefer, then that's fine too. And what you'll end up with is a completely finished quilt, pieced, quilted, and bound, and ready for you to enjoy. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We look forward to sewing with you next time. Have a great day.